What's up, guys? Good to see you here again on Grassroots Gardening. I'm Ryan and we've got a cool video for you today. We just had a plant wake up out here with my buddy Jackson and Miss Cameron and Miss Courtney, and check out this dude right here. This is our corpse lily, which is Armorphophallus titanum, and it just, like I said, just broke through the soil level. It's been asleep for how many months you reckon, Cameron?
Probably about
3 or 4 months. So this is the largest flower in the world. You can find some really cool videos on YouTube about them. They've got some really neat time lapse of the flower opening. Just a super neat plant. Probably the most rare plant that we have. I don't think this is going to be the flower though. Hate to disappoint you guys, but I think that is just going to be another leaf this year. But the corm has to be, from what I've read, about a minimum of 10 pounds before it will flower. So what we're going to do, and Jackson began a while ago, you want to go ahead and start back digging, buddy? So we're going to dig down, find the corm. We've brought the rock scales up here. So we're going to weigh it and see how close we are to it having the possibility to flower. Now, nobody knows what makes it flower. We just know that it needs a minimum of 10 pounds before it can even think about starting to flower. So that's what we're going to do to weigh it today. But it's such an amazing plant, and I cannot wait until the day when it flowers. That's going to be the day we need to call the local news company and say, hey, we got this really cool rare plant that's fixing to do something awesome. Now, the flower is unique in that the reason they call it the corpse lily is because it smells like a corpse, like rotting flesh. And that's its way in the wild to attract pollinators, which is, the pollinators are flies. So the flies come, get inside the flower, it closes up, traps them, dumps and covers them with pollen, and then lets them out a few hours later so that they can go pollinate or potentially pollinate another flower. But just an amazing plant. And are we getting down to the actual,
I think so.
to the corm? Yeah. If you want to, we can just dump it over on its side, make it easy. So I think you can kind of see the reason too, though, while it's called Armorphophallus, because that's kind of a, is it phallic?
It's phallic.
Phallic, not emblem, phallic shape.
Just,
yeah. I'll just stop right now while we still can. Oh yeah, she's getting some good size to her. Keep doing that, buddy. And I tell you what, Jack, if you want to hold this camera, I'll come around there. We just don't want to break that leaf off. So here, you take this, okay, and then let me come around here to this side so folks can see. And we'll just get up in here, keep loosening up that soil, and see. Yeah, maybe bop it a little bit more, Cam.
I can push if you want.
She's in there pretty good. I'm trying not to disturb too many of the roots because they feel like they're pretty wadded up down in there. Okay, now if we can just get a good bit of this dirt off. I kind of forgot what the corm actually looks like.
You can see it right there.
Yeah, take my glasses off. Yeah, so it's just a pretty giant bulb, but so we can get an accurate weight of just the corm, I want to try to knock off the majority of this dirt. That is such a neat plant, and I wonder if that's going to be a pup, Cam.
I think so.
It looks like it, huh? I'm not exactly sure how these things, reproduce, like if it'll make a pup. I don't really know.
Remember last year we had 2 of the leaves come up?
Yeah, we did have 2 leaves come up.
I think they send off like shoots, like kind of like the collocages.
It's got some good weight to it.
Go ahead and weigh it.
Yeah. You want to take a guess? I don't think we're quite to 10 yet.
I think we're at a good 8.2.
8.2.
What do you think? I don't know. 8.9. 8.9.
I don't know, man. I'm thinking, I hate to be negative, I think it's 7.
7?
You think it lost weight? I don't know. Let's see. All right, let's turn the scales on. They're already on. We'll get all those roots on up there.
Oh,
6.5. All right, well that's okay, because what's gonna happen now, we're gonna repot it up into this, it's probably a 25-gallon container, and then we're gonna feed it really heavily. So this is a subtropical plant. I forget the country that they're found in, but it kind of grows in the shade. Definitely tropical environment, a lot of moisture, I'm sure nutrient-rich soil. So we're gonna add some Osmocote to it. Let's go, we'll go ahead and add some Happy Frogs, some brand new potting soil as well, and see if we can't beef her up and get to that 10-pound mark, where we then can hope to have a flower. But one thing we're gonna do, Cam's gonna take a picture every day for the next however long it takes to get a nice full adult leaf. But the growth rate on this thing is incredible. It'll grow a couple inches a day, but just a really, really amazing plant. The corpse lily, Armorphophallus, titanum. If you want to see it, we'll have it here at Grassroots, and she's really going to be shooting up here soon. So if you're within driving distance, you want to check her out, come see. And then when she does flower one year here coming in the future, we will definitely put that all over social media. What you got?
I was just going to tell you, this is actually now listed as endangered by the International Union for Conservation
Oh, really?
of Nature. There's an estimation of fewer than 1,000 individual plants remaining in the wild.
In the wild.
Yep.
Huh. So I don't know if you guys heard Miss Courtney say that or not, but it is on the endangered list.
It is.
So it is on the endangered list. Less than 1,000 of these plants left in the wild. There are a good many, you know, in botanical gardens all around the world, but that's kind of interesting to know that it is on the endangered list. So we got to take care of this guy. I swear that feels like more than 6.5 pounds. Well, that's okay. We're gonna fatten her up, and then one of these years we're gonna get us a flower, and it's gonna be really cool. All right, so we have got the corpse lily inside now. We went ahead and added just a little bit of Happy Frog into the pot, but we were just taking a look, and Jackson was showing us how this kind of looks like bark. It's real bumpy and hard, but we're gonna wash it off real quick. Hopefully I don't get you too bad, buddy. Just to see the color and kind of what it really looks like. Oh, that's pretty neat. It's all bumpy. Where's that one thing at the pup? Yeah, I want to see that. Just be careful.
Is that the only one?
Because
I thought it was on top.
There's one on top.
It's pretty nasty.
That is neat. That looks like an alien pod or something, don't it? That's so freaking
Look at
cool.
that. That's where it's come out.
That's neat.
So all
man.
that is going to be roots, I guess.
I guess so. Although it seems like
There's not that many. But
all the new roots. Maybe later it'll pop out of there. But all the new roots are coming out of the top now that you mention it. Let me see this right here, Jackson. Can you hold it for just a second longer? Let me wash off. So this is where that second leaf is going to come from. And like I was telling you earlier, this is going to look like a tree, but it's actually just a leaf. But it'll go up, it'll branch out. I'll see if I can find a picture to show you guys here on the video. But that'll be the second leaf right there. So now I'm going to get her in the pot and get her planted up. Add some, I brought up some of our organic compost, our land and sea. So I kind of want to incorporate that in there so it can help with the drainage and also just help feed the plant. It might have been a little bit higher than that.
Yeah.
So let's add some espoma,
Okay.
and then we'll raise it up a little bit. Say what, buddy?
You mean take it out?
Yeah, if Cam, either you can hold the camera or I'll grab the bag of soil, whichever one you want to do. All right. Let's get this right here.
That's where I'm looking at.
I'm trying to say I got a big head.
No, it's the camera's. Oh, okay.
You just got to touch it. It's open. Turn it back on. Yeah, we'll put us a nice little base layer of this espoma. I love this stuff right here. It's really chunky, so it drains real well, but then it also, with I guess a sphagnum in there, that kind of helps hold moisture. Also, sorry buddy, I know it's kind of heavy. I swear I think that thing is more than 6.5 pounds though. We'll spread that out. I'm gonna add a little bit of the Happy Frog in as well. And then, before we put it back in, do you have any osmocote out here, or do I need to go get a new jug?
I just have a little bit left. And,
Okay.
it's only a few.
Yeah, let me go grab another container real quick. So this is just a osmocote indoor outdoor. This is the 6-month feed. So this will slow release fertilizer for 6 months and feed her the whole time that she's growing. So I'm just gonna tell you what. So we can be somewhat accurate on how much we use. I'm gonna put at least 1 tablespoon down in there. In fact, I think we'll go ahead and do 2. You wanna see that, Cam? Just down just like that. And then we'll just kind of mix that in a little bit so we don't worry about burning any of the roots. And then now those roots can go right in there and find that slow release fertilizer.
Just lift the roots up so.
Okay. And we'll place her down in there. Yeah, that looks more about like how she was. Those roots were really down in that pot, man.
They were on the very bottom.
They are going straight down to where all that moisture is. We'll get the rocket pointed back up. And then many jokes have been made about the Armorphophallus today. A lot that were off camera and they're going to have to stay off camera. So let's take our happy frog. We'll just kind of lightly sprinkle that all over the roots. And then I think what we'll do is kind of layer it. Take us some land and sea. Dump some of that in there just like so. Come over here if you want to, darling, so my head's not in the thing. Yeah, then you'll be able to see good. I'm gonna straighten it up a little bit. And again, I think this is a 25-gallon container that we're using. And I'm gonna put 1 more layer of land and sea, and then I think I'm gonna add just a little bit more Osmocote on top of that as soon as I find where I put it. Yes, thank you, sir. Because we really want to feed this guy. Try to get that corm on up in weight. But I don't want to overdo it either and burn it. And then what you think, Cam? You want to top it off with some Happy Frog?
Yeah, I think so. Because the dirt went up probably honestly about right there.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and add us a few more cupfuls. And this soil is pretty moist, but I still think we should go ahead and water it in because the soil's also kind of hot right now because that bag was out in the parking lot on top of a pallet and the sun was cooking it. What y'all think? It was about right there, wasn't it?
It's where the color started.
Where the green started?
Yeah. Right there.
Well, it's gonna work out perfect then. Because now we still got a nice lip around here, so when we water, our water won't come out. And man, it's like a jungle out here. I don't know why they call this the jungle greenhouse. It's like 150% humidity and it's just hot as all get out. But that's the perfect environment for this dude right here. So appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned. We definitely will keep you updated on the progress. And hopefully one of these days we'll get us a flower. And always remember, the more you know, the more you grow. See you on the next video, guys.